fish was an extremely important food item. The river also created thick marshes, which were home to great flocks of migrating ducks and geese. Men, both rich and poor, hunted waterfowl with carved throwing sticks for sport and food. These wildfowl supplemented the domestically raised ducks and geese, which provided eggs, flesh and fat. Chickens did not arrive on Egyptian farms until more than 2,500 years after the pyramids were built. When at last the crops were ripe, farm life entered the next critical phase in the rural cycle, the harvest. Wheat and barley were cut with sharp stone or copper sickles, then threshed by pounding the heads of the grain against a slotted piece of wood. The grain was separated from the chaff by throwing it in the air. Although women were not expected to work in the fields, harvest was the exception, and everyone, including children, pitched in. Most land in Egypt was owned by the pharaoh or the great temples. This meant that the joy of the harvest was tempered when representatives of the owner arrived to collect their tax.
We know that the ordinary Egyptians probably always resented the taxes levied on them by the state. We do find amongst the written records of the elite references to the fact that the tax collectors can expect trouble when they go to collect the sacks of grain from the farmers. And in fact, the tax collectors go with escorts, men carrying big sticks.
Then, as now, there were penalties for cheating on your taxes, although the punishment was far more dramatic. But not even taxes could take away from the satisfaction farmers felt from the